Welcome to Gamblin and Ramblin, a weekly show where we react and rant about the weekend in sports betting. Ramblin', Gamblin and Ramblin, let's ride. I'm Tim Kalinowski. I'm joined by Charlie DiSturco. You can follow us both in the Action app, and you can follow the show on the Action YouTube channel. You can look out for us on Twitter and TikTok at Action Network HQ. Charlie, how bad was the national championship?
I didn't even watch a minute of the second half, and that's how bad it was. It was just one of those games that I had an eerie feeling. We said yesterday, I had an eerie feeling that Georgia was just going to absolutely steamroll TCU. Sonny Dykes and the Horned Frogs came back down to earth, and it was arguably the worst national championship I think I've ever watched.
Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, look, I felt, I turned it off as well. I tweeted that I, conceded the clicker to my girlfriend, just early exit. It was like a goalie that lets in, 5 goals in the first period and he just gets yanked. Like, night was over for me, dunzo. And I think what was tough is I was so wrong about TCU all year. I believed in them from the start. I was the one who I forget who we tailed. Was it Colin Wilson? Someone who I tailed at Action to pick them to win the Big 12 championship, which, they obviously fell a snap short. And then I just was fading them all year, game to game, because I didn't fully believe in them. And then by the end here, I'm like, oh, I think they could actually keep it close. So, like, as much as I was directionally right that TCU would be successful week to week, this team was my daddy.
Yeah, this team was probably the hardest team that we could ever read the entire season. Like, it was the only team that I had trouble with throughout, and then I didn't even take Georgia. I stayed away because I was so afraid of how TCU would treat me if I had gone on Georgia's side. At least I won my bets. Like, I had an over on Brock Bowers and under on McIntosh, so I didn't even have to watch the second half Kerner to really get there. Yeah, shout out Sean Kerner for the McIntosh bet and Stuckey for the Bowers bet. Maybe this is why Alabama should have been in the college football playoffs. A month ago I said they didn't win the Big 12. There was a reason, and there was an opportunity for the College Football Playoff Committee to put in Alabama into the playoffs. The game would have been competitive.
I know, but it's not. Then why play the right?
Competitive. Ohio State would have been more competitive. This is why I think maybe we need to reconsider the fact that we shouldn't open up the college football playoffs to 8 teams, only because the better teams. There are going to be games like this where, like, one team makes an upset and then they're just out of their weight class. And this was an opportunity of them being completely out of their weight class. TCU had no chance. They lucked into a win against Michigan with the 2 pick sixes and the fumble on the one. Michigan punches that ball in. They win the game. And it's a completely different script. That's why I think that maybe we should it's just one of those things that, like, maybe it's good that if they open to 8, because then Alabama would have been in and TCU would have been out earlier. I don't know, but it's just one of those things that, like, maybe we need to reconsider that, like, these teams that everyone loves, the TCUs, the UCFs a few years ago, they're not in the weight class of a Georgia, an Alabama, etc.
I agree and disagree. One, the whole Alabama thing, look, I thought it'd be more exciting if they were in as well. But then what's the point of the regular season? Then why play? If it's just who we.
But they played in a hotter conference. Like, they played a Tennessee team that was top 5. And they lost to LSU on a 2-point conversion. They stopped that 2-point conversion and they're in. Okay, yeah, sure, but like TCU had to barely beat the Baylor Bears, who were like
but then it's on team. Like, but then again, barely beat this. It's just like, then go back to like computers then, then just go back to 2 teams and it's computers. But I will say, with this whole 12-team playoff coming, what last night showed is not necessarily a warning that we shouldn't have a 12-team playoff because the big dogs are going to win anyways. Like, we're going to see lopsided blowout games. The warning is not that. The warning is when we do get an inevitable upset in the 12-team playoff, which there will be upsets, it will happen, that it's going to dilute the following game. It's going to dilute the semifinals, the final. So the warning is not necessarily, bang your fist, we shouldn't have 12 teams, because I was originally, I'm a four guy, I'm a believer in it. But the problem is, like, sure, I'm down for expanding it. I get it. I've lost that battle, but be careful for when the upsets happen, because the next round, it ain't going to be so fun.
Right. It's the same. I apologize. I said 8 instead of 12 team right there.
Right.
And my angrily rant, I just went with 8. Listen, it's like college basketball too, to a degree, right? You have a team that's it's 64 or 68 and playing games, but with the NCAA tournament, there's an upset. You have a St. Peter's that pulls off these random upsets. One of these days, they're just going to get completely blown out of the water, right? Usually, we don't see a multi-win upset. Usually, it's like, a 14 seed pulls the upset off the 3, and then all of a sudden they lose by 40 to the next team they play, because it's just a clear out of their weight class. And it's one of those things that, I mean, obviously this is a little bit different because it's to 12, so it's not as drastic as like the NCAA tournament, considering expanding even more past 64 teams, which is absurd in of itself. It's just one of those things that, like, yeah, if you know and entering that, like, TCU, they win against Michigan, it's a great game, it's a great feel-good story that Max Duggan has this chance to go to the national championship. You just have to know that, like, there's a reason why the spread was 13.5, and that was being kind, because bookmakers knew they could get enough money from the public at 13.5 to where it really didn't matter when Georgia completely routed them.
Well, and it's if I was calling Cowherd today, I would be doing underdogs are like one night stand. You know, like that would be, because it's true in the moment when it's like, oh, TCU is going to upset Michigan. It's like, oh, this is awesome. Like, who's not down to see this happen? What a great story. And it's like, and then the next morning you realize, and it's like, well, that kind of sewers the whole national championship now. Like, that's, you know, it was fun in the moment, but it was like, okay, well, yeah, Michigan would have probably, you know, put up more of a fight here, or at least matched up better. So it's like, you know, it's tough because we're going to get upsets. You know, it's always inevitable, but just it's a reminder, like, hey, it never really works out, right? It's not a Hollywood movie, right?
Yeah, your opinion that 8 drinks deep is not the same as when you wake up the next morning 0 drinks deep, recounting and rethinking of what you made decision making wise and all that. But I think it's interesting. I don't know, like, it'll be a debate for the next, you know, few years as we see how the expansion works out. But I agree. I think that at the end of the day, when you're looking at it, like, yes, there's upsets. Yes, upsets are fun, but you have to, you know, keep a level head and understand that, like, you know, that Ohio State and Georgia was the national championship. At the end of the day, that was the national championship. That was the game that was close and entertaining throughout, and those were the 2 teams that could stand in the weight class. And Michigan and Alabama would have put up a better fight, but it was just
Quickly, do you hate Georgia?
I don't hate Georgia more so than I disliked Stetson Bennett. Like,
did you hate Alabama? Did you hate Alabama? Like, when they?
I did not hate Alabama when they were so good.
Okay. So you're not one of those that just like I'm trying to gauge the pulse of, like, who was more hateable? Are they hateable? Like, because now they've done it twice. It's like the Golden State Warrior effect, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on the characters at hand, right? Like, I don't hate Kirby Smart. I don't hate Nick Saban. It was more just like the players, I think, is like what makes a team hateable. And for when I was following Georgia the last couple of years, the reason I didn't like them as a team was because of Stetson Bennett. But, like, I don't mind, you know, excellence out of a team. Like, I don't mind that. Like, you're good. You're the best. Like, there's something to be proud of when you're the best. Like, it's like Kentucky when they were the Blue Bloods and always in it every single year in the college basketball tournament. As far as the villain trajectory and stuff, I think it's more player oriented, right? Yeah, and it depends on how they go about it. Because, like, Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield, they were fun guys to root for. They were guys that, like, you wanted to root for despite their, like, cocky personality. Stetson Bennett's like the weird kid in school that knows how to throw a good spiral and is like, yeah, I can do it too, guys. And
have you seen the picture of him, like, with Kirby on his, like, recruiting visit? Like, now it's like 20 years ago, but he looks like he's a nerd. Yeah,
the 1992 picture between Kirby and
his recruiting visit in 92.
Yeah, it's absurd. And, like, I don't know, the guy's not a fun guy to root for. At least it's over. And I don't hate him in general. I mean, I hate Georgia in general.
There's more him. Because I'm trying to figure out if I, because, I mean, Bama going up against Clemson for, you know, that short span of time. Like, I really hated Bama because, you know, it was like, you know, Clemson's kryptonite late in the season. Right. But at the same time, I didn't really hate any of the Alabama players. Like I always kind of respected them because it was like almost like the Yankees. Like I respected them in like a Jeter way. Like, damn, they're so good. Georgia, it's a little different because like I kind of just want to punch Stetson Bennett in the face.
Yeah, no, I think yeah, Georgia is completely different than other teams. I think it's also like I hate certain teams because they're playing my team all the time and doing damage against my team, or like or the reason why like for you, Clemson, Bama, it's a rivalry, so you're gonna dislike the team naturally. When it comes to Georgia, my fandom has nothing to do with Georgia football. The Bulldogs are irrelevant in my life altogether. But Stetson Bennett is just a kid I want to shove into a locker. Like it's just I don't like it. Like it's just his personality is not great. And even my friend who's a Georgia football fan, my roommate, is like, yeah, if I wasn't a Georgia fan, I would hate Stetson Bennett too.
Yeah,
and I think the majority of people, he's just it's so cringy and like it's just like I don't know if you saw the tweet that it was like how many NFL quarterbacks could make this throw, and it was Stetson's touchdown to Lad McConkey, and McConkey was just completely wide open.
I know, naked.
Like, I could have thrown that. Like, and the comments are so funny. I think the majority of people kind of understand that Stetson's about to just pass his CPA and go into a world of accounting in which he has to hold on to the last 2 years of college, and that's about it.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Okay, that's enough there. We talked longer on that game than that game was competitive. So I think that's pretty good. I think that's a lot of talent. I think that's pretty solid. Let's pivot to the NFL playoffs. Everything is solidified. Everything is in stone. I got to say the NFL, I'm kind of a sucker. Beginning of the year, I'm like, these games have kind of sucked. There's really good teams. There's really bad teams. This is the time. Like we got some great, exciting matchups. Like this is the time of year. I think it's because also, dude, just seeing, even though they didn't make the playoffs, seeing just Lambeau being cold, it's kind of just like, okay, yeah, it's time to lock in now. Like it's time to lock in. So what we've discussed is we're going to do a little draft here, back and forth. We're going to draft all the playoff teams. The team that the one of us who has the Super Bowl champion, we're going to have some sort of a contest here, some sort of a punishment. We haven't decided quite yet on what that's going to be. I think we're going to wait till later. We've gone back and forth on some things, but we do have to discuss who is going to. We're going to go snake draft. We got to discuss who is going to get number one overall.
I think that we should stay consistent, right? This is the NFL. This is the NFL playoffs. I think we stay consistent, and I'm going to take a page out of Joe Mixon's notebook here, and I got a little coin so that we can flip to decide instead of the winner of the AFC North in case the Bengals lost. We're going to go with a little coin flip to decide who gets the number one pick.
Do I trust there are two sides to that coin? Can I
show you? This is tails. Do you see? And then this is heads.
Okay. Yep.
So
my call.
Yeah. Your call on the air. Ready, set.
Heads.
It's tails. I'm not sure.
Are you kidding me?
I didn't do any of this Houdini stuff. It's tails. Honestly, the number 2 pick might be better than the number 1 pick because you get back to back. You take 2 of the top teams.
Oh, that is true. Yeah,
then you're leaving me with the lesser of the 1 and 2 seeds.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot. I was about to throw a fit, and now I'm not because that's a good point.
Yeah, there you go. I had to save my butt before you called me for cheating because I'm not I'm not Brady with the deflated balls, So.
Oh, which did happen. He did indeed deflate them, and they were in fact aware.
We're all about clarity's sake here,
All of that happened. Spygate, everything. It all happened. It all
Spygate.
happened.
I still won't forgive you for. So anyway, I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills because they are the best team in my opinion as far as just like a total package situation. Am I a little concerned with Josh Allen's elbow? And I think that's probably the difference maker as to why the Bills lose the Super Bowl entirely is just like Allen's injury might hinder them, maybe. But this offense from top to bottom is very good. The defense is getting healthy. As we saw last week, the special teams is playing out of their minds. So I'm going to go.
And also the destiny.
Yeah, and
we can just see it happening. Like we could see the preview, the before the Super Bowl, they do the little 3-minute video, and it's like, it'd be great. So
and also like, I mean, this is a team that's been like on the cusp of winning a Super Bowl for a few years now. They're the last year against the Chiefs, where they lose with like 12 seconds left to Patrick Mahomes. It's just one of those things that I think they're finally due for not heartbreak. And so I'm going to take them with my first pick.
Good call. And I think the downfall for Buffalo, if they don't win, if they do come up short, it's going to be their ability to close games. They've struggled closing games. You know, we look back at that Minnesota game. They have that little choky factor still. They need to not blame the referees in overtime and close out games. So I will go back to back here. I'm going to go Philly and San Fran, 2 NFC teams. See, that was my strategy there. I wanted to get two from the same conference. 2 best. Yeah, I'm all in. Good thing I lost the coin toss. Look, not much else you can say other than these teams are, you know, if you get a team with a bye, Philly, it's going to come down to how healthy are they, quarterback included, the rest of the team included, and then San Fran. I'm not just going to say Brock Purdy that it lays on the shoulders of Brock Purdy. I'm going to say that because of how sound they are offensively and defensively, they have to play to a certain script, right? They like to be on time with everything they do. So my thing is, if they go off script, whatever that may be, you know, they go down, they let up an opening drive touchdown, and then say a fumble 6, pick 6. Like they're a team that kind of, Kyle Shanahan's a great coach, but when you have these types of coaches, it kind of has to go according to plan. And that's what I'll say, because that relates to Purdy as well.
Yeah, I mean, if they control the game, and you know, Purdy's a pretty good game manager, that is really what it comes down to, is if you can get the rookie quarterback shaking a little bit, and also just like the fact that like the Niners dominate in like the trenches and through these like weird running plays that like you don't really have the time for when you're all of a sudden looking at the clock and down 14 in the second or third. And Eagles, same thing. I'll just reiterate your point on that. Health is a big thing. If Jalen Hurts comes back to be Jalen Hurts, you know, he's only 1 loss as starting quarterback. See, this is interesting now, because like I kind of want to just take every AFC team, but because I don't want to like leave you with the Bengals if I take the Chiefs, but I don't want to take every NFC team. Okay, my second pick, and I guess our 4th overall pick, my second pick, I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. I have to take them. I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes, it's Travis Kelce. How they lose this is their defense doesn't do anything, and they give up 50 points per game. The defense is always the X factor of Pat Mahomes, but I trust them enough in the playoffs to put up 40-something points, and I think it ends up coming down to that neutral site game between the Chiefs and the Bills. So similar to you, taking the top 2 seeds from the NFC, I'm going to go with them.
And I will just say this. I think Kansas City's thing is, since they kind of just toy with teams sometimes, they turn it on, they turn it off. If that bites them, they did that even when they won the Super Bowl that year. They tend to just turn it off and on. They can't get caught in the middle of that.
Yeah, we can go ring around the rosy with their trick plays like they did against Vegas.
Exactly.
All right, this is the hardest one. Okay, I think this is what changed. This is the pick for the entire
draft. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go with my gut. Okay, I was gonna take the Cincinnati Bengals, but I'm gonna go with the Dallas Cowboys, and it's a very bold pick because a lot of people that I trust are on the Bucs +3, and they're taking Brady and they're taking the Bucs and fading McCarthy, Dak, and everything. But I bet on them to win the Super Bowl before the year. I think they have the offense to compete, and I think it just comes down to how their defense has been performing as of late, where they've given up so many good performances to Sam Howell, to Gardner Minshew, to, I mean, you can name every awful backup quarterback. Maybe Stetson Bennett could come in and throw for 200 yards against them. I don't know, but I think that this team is the best of the rest in the NFC, and I at least want to have a foot in the door to at least upset you when it comes to taking home an NFC contender.
I have them to win the Super Bowl as well. I think I have 16-1. I'm not sure, but I grabbed them. Yeah, I might have like 18. Yeah, I grabbed them at one point during the year. Okay, I'm going to go here. Love it. I have 2 NFC teams. Give me 2 AFC teams. Bengals and Chargers. Bengals, it's pretty obvious what this team, what makes them run. Joe Burrow, downfall is the offensive line. And I will say, I think that both Chase and Higgins have to be healthy for them to go the full way. I think that changes their offense big time when they only have one of those guys healthy or available. We saw that earlier this year. And then the Chargers, I just went Chargers because of their path, right? This is basically a pick'em game against Jacksonville. So if they can beat Jacksonville, I like their path, going to go play a divisional opponent in Kansas City. And so, why not? I think I like their path. But right. I don't really want to bet on Drew Staley in the playoffs. So
yeah, Brandon Staley.
Oh, did I say Drew Staley?
Yeah. What you thinking of? It's okay. So I agree. Burrow is the engine that runs the Bengals. Chargers, yeah. Who knows? But and this is Hutton, our producer. Why don't you start fist bumping in the back, a little Jersey fist bump? I'm gonna take the ball.
You're going Ravens. This early?
I'm going Baltimore Ravens. Listen.
Take them.
There we go, Hutton. Put on your camera. Get in front of the scenes. We're going Baltimore. We're going Baltimore. Lamar's healthy. If he's healthy, they're a fight against the Bengals, and I think that this team, as far as defensively, is sound. And we saw against the Bengals last week that they had, within striking distance. Whether or not the Bengals held off, who knows? But with them, and then my second pick, and this is perfect because you did not take them, Tim. I'm going Tom Brady and the Bucs. Shores up my Cowboys. Shores up my Cowboys angle. And I think that whatever team of the Cowboys Bucs wins is live to win throughout the NFC. So their downfall is the fact that if you put pressure on Brady right now, there's not much that he can do. And we've seen it, against Arizona and other teams where he's just kind of struggled. But this is the best the Bucs have been right now with Jensen possibly coming back, and with against Dallas's defense, who knows? This really is tic-tac-toe because it's like giving everyone the matchups versus each other. Yeah, I literally have this red little pamphlet here, just crossing off teams and stuff. And the Ravens' downfall is if Lamar's not healthy, then I'm probably screwed. But we're taking it. And similar to the Bills, their ability to close games. We've obviously seen them blow a number of leads this year. I was going to ask. Blow to Hutton. I was going to ask, Charlie, are you borrowing Hutton's clown face paint for this pick? No. I see if Hutton has to do that every Sunday. He just restarts and does here we go again. No, mine's more like the GTA. I'm in the guinea tea, like, oh God, shit, here we go again. Yeah, no, I don't think it's a clown move, bro. Hutton, take the temperature. What's going to be the downfall besides Lamar?
Oh, if Lamar doesn't play, it's dead before it even gets started. If he plays, I like the Ravens' chances, but I got my clown makeup on the side right here, so that I can apply it in the fourth quarter when they inevitably blow a 10-point lead.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, that's what I saw. That's why I had them power rated low because of that factor. All right, my next two. Give me the Vikings and the Jags. I wanted the Jags. Yeah, because I want Jags because of the matchup versus the Chargers, because I have the Chargers. That guarantees me a winner. Look, like the downfall for the Jaguars will just be that the moment will be too big for them. Trevor Lawrence just made one too many dumb decisions still a game. And then for the Vikings, like, I don't know, luck rankings, we all know the story about the Vikings. They could lose to, Marble at high school, or they could, go beat Philadelphia. Like, who knows with them. So I look, Jags or Vikings, good value there. They might just have a horseshoe up their ass. Who knows? Is the Marble at high school your high school? Yeah. Okay. Now we know where Tim lives. That's great. I'm gonna go with the New York Giants, and I'm gonna go against you here. They were very close to beating the Vikings last time these two teams faced, right. And I trust Dable, and kind of because I don't want the Seattle Seahawks. So their downfall is that it's the Giants, and their team is just not as good, and they play up to their competition. A bit of a luck team as well. Their coach can only do so much all the time. Wait, did we mess up here? I have no. Yeah, I'm giving you Seattle because I started with the first pick, so we've been going 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. So the last pick is gonna be 1. So I'm taking the Fins. No. Okay, my handwriting's so bad I couldn't see that I had Miami. Okay, gotcha. Well, you don't have Miami. You don't have Miami. I don't have Miami, but I had Miami written down. I know. I'm not a draft manager, okay? I don't know how to draft. Yeah, you're a production coordinator. I can't even coordinate your little production tablet. Can't even coordinate my life.
Yeah, Finn's pretty simple. I mean, I don't think Tua is going to play. If he does, that's pretty malpractice on the Dolphins' part. But divisional game against the Bills, anything can happen. It's the playoffs, anything can happen. They have Tyreek, they have Waddle, explosive plays. So, they're not good, but you would catch me dead before I take the Seattle Seahawks. And plus, it gives me insurance in case the Bills somehow falter.
Yeah, Dr. DiSturco over here. I'm gonna go Seattle. That's I don't have it. I wish I could pick somebody else. Can I pick Green Bay? Can I pick Detroit?
Yeah, you could go with the New York Jets. That's your other option.
Can I just get first pick next year? Just give you Seattle.
I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah, Seattle. Look, the reason Seattle will not do anything is because people have started to at least believe in Gino or take him seriously. He needed people to doubt him, and they needed a first round matchup hosting Denver for them to do any damage in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're finally they finally came back down to earth after riding high. So, recap real quick. I got in the AFC the Dolphins, Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs. You have the Bengals, Chargers, Jaguars. So you get one automatic win to the next round. I have the bye, and then we go head to head Bengals, Ravens. And then in the NFC, you have the 49ers, the Vikings, the Eagles, and Seattle Island, Geno Smith, former New York Jet great, Geno Smith. And then I have the Giants, Cowboys, and Bucs. So I get an automatic win, and then we face off with the Giants and Vikings this weekend as well.
Love it. So what are we gonna do here?
Yeah, let's bring in Hutton again.
Yeah,
let's bring in Hutton. Hop in here. We are thinking of a punishment, obviously, of what to do. I still am of the belief, but I got shut down completely. Shaving our head.
No chance.
I need a haircut. You can't see. I need a haircut.
I won't shut it completely down because I'll be the one doing the shaving. So.
People don't realize I used to have horrendous hair, and I went to the hair doctor, and I didn't get implants, but I went on this whole health hair thing, and that's why I have way better hair than I used to. I cannot shave my head. I wish, but
you would look good bald though. You would look good bald.
I was going bald, and it's not a great look. My head's too small. It's like a pea head. It's not a good look.
What's your girlfriend gonna do if she sees you if you shave your head?
You know what? I had a mustache for a little bit, and she didn't mind it. So.
Oh, okay. Maybe go mustache bald. I'm just helping you out in the long run.
I know. It's a little tough, especially now that I need glasses too. That's a tough one.
Just buff up a little bit, become a firefighter.
I feel like, damn, head shaves a lot. Is there something we could do? Is there a drinking competition of sort? Is there an eating, a drinking?
We could do something eating or drinking that's semi-gross.
What if we might have to push this off? And we could maybe do it during the playoffs, even though both your teams are out. But one of you has to wear the other opposing team's jersey, but then actually go to a local bar. So if Tim has to wear a Pats jersey, he has to go to a New York bar. And then vice versa. Charlie has to wear.
You mean would Tim have to wear a Jets jersey?
I'm sorry, he would have to wear.
Bar?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's what I meant.
I don't care about wearing the gear. I'm not going to a bar. I'm not. I just don't want to go to a bar. It's not because
that's what would make it good. It'd make it even better.
The punishment doesn't even have to be the jerseys. Just you have to say you have to go to the bar.
You have to go to the bar in a Jets jersey. But the Jets jersey, you get a lot of head turns and getting people going up to you.
You know what?
And then you have to explain yourself.
The next Jets Patriots game, theoretically, we could just wear the other team's jersey that day throughout.
I think I don't know about the Jets, but I think Boston fans have lost their fastball a little bit. I don't think it's that bad as you think. That's just me being honest.
All right. Well, if we do food,
I think you're just saying that because you don't want to go to a bar.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out. I don't want to leave my couch.
You went out on New Year's. Why? You did your girlfriend a
it
solid.
Was one time. Oh my!
It was also a terrible experience for him as we.
Yes, exactly. And what do we want to do with a punishment? We want to make it a terrible experience.
I like it.
All right, fine. You get one veto, Tim. One veto.
Okay.
That is it. That's your veto. Food drinking wise could be good if we do like Darren and Matt Mitchell like a year ago did dog food. I don't know if we want to go. I don't know if we want to go that bad, but what if like the winner? Okay, so wait, like what if we do like food or something that's like local to the team, like something that's like kind of out there, obscure, like maybe like Kansas City has
or you're
dish, right?
Kalinowski, that's Polish, right? Charlie has to eat a
Correct.
bunch of Polish food, and you have to eat a bunch of Italian food.
Well, that's the best deal ever.
No.
I'm
Italian,
in.
No. Italian food is too good. Italian food is the best food on the earth. If I just give Tim pizza and chicken parmesan, he's gonna like that.
I'm in.
Unless I get pierogies.
Maybe we keep it open-ended, like in terms of, so we're going to be in New York City this weekend together.
Okay.
Maybe we keep it as the next time, because I imagine we'll be back in New York City for March Madness or whatever. Like someone's got to pick up a major tab / like rip a couple shots of our choosing. Like I like putting in something like that.
All right. How about this? I think that this is a fair little thing. Winner of this whole pool thing gets the tab picked up one night. We go drinking together, all three of us, and the loser also
great
has
deal
to
for
buy, and the loser also has to buy a hat for the champion, a Super Bowl winning hat where it's like Super Bowl champs, so that we have to remind us, and it'll go right here on my thing when they win the championship. It'll be in my background
with a nice heartfelt message. Yeah,
you can even sign the brim and be like, "Dear Charlie, great job this year.
And you have to wear it to the bar.
Your GNR." Yeah, I would wear it to the bar.
I'll do one more. Pick up the tab, but also the other person gets to pick a shot of choosing. Like, like some of those bars have like horrendous shots.
Okay.
Like one of those.
You want
like
the hat
spin
too? Or just the tab.
Well, if it's a team,
I don't know how much we're gonna drink. That's the thing.
Oh, I think we're gonna drink. I think it's gonna be New York City. A tab. That's no fun.
Oh, that's true. It's like $15 to drink here. Fine. Yeah, I'm in because I'm just gonna order like tequila sodas that are like $13 and then get like a nice extravagant espresso martini for like $16.
Correct.
Or how about loser has to order a sex on the beach and has to?
Oh no, I'm making
that's
Tim
embarrassing too.
I'm making Tim take a blowjob shot.
Yeah, Tim has to order it.
He has to order it and take it, right? Because it's a shot of your choosing.
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna make you literally not be able to use your hands and take a shot with your mouth.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, and so it's like the shot. It's like not the worst thing in the world, but the tab too.
Yeah, and the tab. The shot is just for me to record you and have that saved in my archives.
Right, and you can cash in the shot like at any point in the night.
That's good. Don't start it off the rip. See, the thing is like we both have girlfriends, so it's not like I can't like interrupt you being like in the groove, and I'm just like, Tim, shot now, and you're just like, oh, sorry. But I'll do it at some point when you're maybe you're
when we like have the night
with like Matt Mitchell or Stuckey, and I'm like, Tim, I'm talking to him now. You shot. I just leave you in the dust.
Yes. Yeah. I like it.
I'm in. Hutton, your stamp of approval?
My stamp of approval.
Gotcha.
All right.
I get to just watch it. I don't care. It's win-win for me.
I know. Well, Hutton's going to be on the tab too. So,
I know.
So, Hutton, you just get a free meal and drink. So, congratulations.
Hey, no, you put in the hard work behind the scenes, which we can't thank you enough for.
You do.
I'll have to drown my sorrows when the Ravens lose too. So.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Hutton, we're not having this thing next week, man. Like,
I'll still be upset.
We're not having this at halftime.
I don't get over it till NFL Week 1.
Then you think your team's gonna.
Then the whole cycle repeats itself.
Yeah, and then Lamar's on the Jets, and you're like, well, Tyler Huntley's not that bad.
Oh God.
Yeah, and just regardless, the winner buys Hutton a Lamar Jets jersey.
Yeah, I'm in with that one.
I don't even want to have this conversation. So.
At least
all right,
cut the show.
I'm cutting it. GG's. Be sure to follow me in the Action app and on Twitter at TimmyCal12. follow Charlie at Charlie DiSturco on Twitter. I think it's the same in the Action app, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. That's a show, boys. We'll see you in person this weekend, this crew. Looking forward to it. That's a wrap.
Right.